Hey, hi, how's it going? It's going over here. It's a little rough. I just got back from a weekend of snowboarding. It was one day of snowboarding, not a whole weekend. One day of snowboarding. That was a whole adventure in itself. Okay, so I've got some plans for today. I've got a couple things I want to do. I want to limb up the arbs that are behind the gazebo. That's the main plan. But we went snowboarding. I haven't snowboarded in probably like 18 years. And went snowboarding. We were doing great. We were on the bunny slopes, killing it. And then towards the end, my friend who I went with, we were like, well, let's go try one of the other hills. And so we went to go try one of the other hills. Our ski pass didn't work. We went over to the other slope. Our ski pass didn't work. And we told the lady, like, for some reason our passes aren't working. She's like, oh, that's weird. Come to find out they weren't supposed to work because we weren't supposed to go on those ones. She lets us in. We get up to the top. We were headed towards this one slope that we thought we were headed towards that was like, it was smooth. It looked very smooth. And then all of a sudden our lift that we went on was going up, and then it kind of like veered away from it and went higher on the mountain. It turns out we went on a black diamond, and it was absolutely terrifying. It shows like the average run time when we were getting up it. It said like 12 minutes. And we were like, oh, sick. It'll probably take us like longer than that, but cool, 12 minutes. That's a great time. It took us an hour. It took us an hour to get down. We biffed it so many times. And then one time we both biffed it and we just laid there for a second to catch our breath. And we're underneath the ski lift the entire time going down. And so people are just watching us eat it. And this one chair, they were above us and we're sitting on the ground and they go, hey, you can't park there. It was bad. I don't know why I'm going. It was so bad. It was not great. It was fun. It was a learning experience for sure. Anywho, today's project, we're limbing up the arbovitae. And if it sounds like I'm sick, it would be because I think I'm sick. Oh my gosh, we've been sick here for like 2 weeks. So that's super cool. So behind the gazebo, I've got some arbs, and I've got some that are limbed up. And you can see over here, I've got one that's limbed up. And so today we're going to limb up this one, and we're going to start the process of limbing this one up. So we'll just take off just a little bit over here. So I think I have 3 that we're going to limb up. That one, and that one. And that one I'm not going to touch because I do plan to take that one out. We're going to let the hopseed bushes take over and have it be hopseed bush there. Because all these other ones, they line up perfectly with the patio. But that one is... it's way too far out. So we're going to take that one out. And I do not have the arm strength to take that arb out. Today, I do have arm strength to limb up. And I'm just going to go with my Falcos, limb these up. It'll be pretty easy. I'm so sore. So tired. Here we go. And so for the 3 arbs that we have left to do, I'm just going to do the same thing. How I just came in and I just took off all the lower branches. Eventually, I do want to limb these up a little bit higher. So they're kind of up to like here-ish. So they're just right under where the fence is, and then eventually they'll fill out this entire gap and everything. So today I'm gonna just line them up to right where this is at, because I still want to leave enough that these plants can photosynthesize quite a lot, and I'm hoping that this year they really put on a lot of growth. So we're just gonna keep them lined up here, and then maybe next year we'll bring them up a little bit higher. And so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in. This one has, it looks like a bunch of liters. I would like to get them down to like, this is just 1 single liter, but then it splits. This is 2 liters. I would like it no more than 3 liters per tree. So I'll just come in here, and what I immediately started doing was just removing as much of the lower canopy as I could, and then I assessed, and then I decided which 3 I wanted to keep. It's pretty easy, and the first time that I saw this was in Michigan, and I was like, wait, that is such a genius move, because our arbs didn't look that great down below. They were kind of scraggly. There was a lot of dead. There were some holes in them. And I saw one that was limbed up, and I was like, genius. So, here we go. one down. That looks better. That took longer than I remembered it taking. I think because I'm so tired and so sore. Okay, 2 more down to go. Also, this was a lot harder to reach. This was a little bit of a tight squeeze in this area. And then we just have these last 2 to do, and these ones should be easy. That one's going to be extremely easy, and that'll be really nice to train because it is still so small. Had I known that this was even an option when I first started, I would have had these just probably be like single liter trees. That looks so much better. I'm so glad that's done. They all match now. Most of them have 3 trunks, which is funny though, because this side has a single trunk, a double trunk, and a triple trunk. Most of them have 3 trunks. So you can see this one here is 3. This one here is 1 single one. Oh no, this is 2. This is the 2 one. So this is 2 trunks here. We're standing in front of it, look like 1. That one back there is 1, but it splits off like kind of low. So it's like kind of a double trunk. 3, so 1, 3, 3, 3. And then this one is a double one. I kind of felt weird. I was going to do this one just as a single one, but it felt kind of weird because none of them really are single trunks. They are all double and triple trunks. So I think that looks good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move the fountain today. We really didn't want to do like a big project today. I think this is going to be a big project. We'll see how it goes. It's a very, very heavy fountain. It's really heavy, but we want it up here on this patio. We want it a little bit closer to where we're sitting. It'll help with some of the sound, which is always really nice to like kind of block out some sounds. And I think it'll be really pretty right here. So we picked up the lion fountain that's right here locally, and the place that we got it from they're no longer in business. So I'm sorry, I don't have a source for it, but we're gonna take it and we're going to move it right here. So it's going to be not centered in this area, but it's going to be centered on the arb that's right here. And I think that's going to be really, really good. We were talking about doing it like centered, but then it would be like here, and that doesn't make sense. It's like not centered in between these arbs. It's like halfway onto that arb. And so we're going to just push it over this way. And plus we want to put the Kilmarnock willow right here. So we need to leave a lot of room in this area. So we're thinking like lining it right up with that would be totally perfect. We'll see how this goes. We're hopeful that we don't scratch the concrete. Say a prayer for us. And we do have a whole wall of pittosporums. These are the beach wall pittosporums. And one reason that we hadn't planted them yet was because of irrigation, but another reason was because I knew I wanted to move the lion fountain. So I'm glad we didn't plant them. I knew that we were moving it anyways, but I could not imagine having to lift this over that would be a permanent structure there for sure. He's grabbing some like wheels to see if we can roll it. we'll see what happens. I cannot believe we just did that. I am soaked. I smell like fish water, even though there's no fish in there. It smells like pond water. It was old, gross water. Brent and I were both just saying that we are just both shocked that we were able to do that, and nothing broke, us or the fountain, but it looks so good. So this is perfect. Centered in this area? No, but it's gonna be perfect because I'm gonna put a huge container with the Kilmarnock willow, and I think I just wanna do a whole bunch of containers over here. Lots of terracotta containers. I think that'll be really pretty. Everybody's going to get risers, so they'll all have little feet. Like this guy has little feet. I'll get feet for that one, and a whole bunch of them that are just gonna have feet, and it's all just gonna be like, I don't know, I think it's gonna be so good. I feel like it's gonna be like a little French, I think it's gonna be kind of like a little French area. I don't know, it's giving French vibes to me with the cobblestone, the lion fountain, and the fountain matches so well with the concrete, probably because that is like a lightly stained concrete and this is a lightly stained concrete. So very, very happy with it. I love it behind the arb rather than being centered in this space that just, I think if it was over, it just would have been not correct. So it looks really good. So this is what you see when you come out the back door, and then this is what you see when you're walking up. I do have visions for this area, and that is going to change. I mean, okay, listen, somebody's gonna make a comment about the curtains. We're changing it, okay? It's gonna happen. I'm going to get shorter curtains, and I'm going to do a console table. It's already in the plans. The curtains, they're touching the ground right now. It's fine. I have plans for this whole area. I have this like plans for like lattice here, and then like an arch right here. And so you're gonna enter into that. You're not gonna see any of the containers. I want like jasmine, I think, growing up along it. I think that would be absolutely stunning. This whole side lined with these boxwood alternatives. These are pittosporum called beach ball. They're great. And then you walk in, and as you get up closer, then you come around the corner, and this is what you see, minus the pressure washer, with lots of terracotta, a big beautiful tree right there in a container, the sound of water. I just think this is so much better. How are you feeling?
Got nothing left.
Nothing left. I think we're gonna both go inside. He's still sick. I'm getting sick. And then I went snowboarding, which I probably shouldn't have done. So this is where we say goodbye. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna go inside. I smell like fish water. We're both sick. This was way too much overkill for a project today. Thank you so much for visiting our garden. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. I don't know if you guys could hear that. That was hummingbirds attacking each other. Bye, guys.